Hey, good morning, everybody. Peter Kima here. It is time for coffee talk. It is 8:30 in the morning. It is Friday. It is beautiful out. Many of you may remember that. Let me go throw it back old school for a second. We started coffee talk years ago. When we first started doing this, we used to always talk about the way we would open it, right? And so Brent Musburger, a famous announcer, used to always open up Coffee Talk with Coffee Talk. He used to open up every sports cast that he would do with a stadium shot, and he would say, "You are looking live at whatever the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum in Oakland, California." It'd be right before, and that would just get you geared up. So today, you are looking live here at Kima Real Estate Group at Keller Williams, here at our headquarters in Wake Forest. 2 offices, though, to serve you. So if you're anywhere in the Triangle, we also have a full office down at Briar Creek. I say all that to tell you good morning. I hope you will join me in raising your Kima cup this morning. If you don't have a Kima cup, let me know. We'll get you one. And we have 2 kinds. Quite frankly, I don't have the other one in here, but we've got both a regular Kima cup, and we also have a Kima commercial cup, which is an insulated, the metal tumblers, kind of like an Arctic or like a Yeti, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in one, you don't have one, let me know. We'll get you one. All we ask is that you hashtag Kima Cup and throw it on Facebook every once in a great while. We greatly appreciate that. We've had Kima Cups travel the world. We've had them in Banff. We've had them in China. We've had them in Ireland, in Italy, in Germany, in Sweden. We've had them all over Europe. We've had them all over the United States and Canada. Who's going to be the first to take one to Mexico, right? I'll tell you what, first person to show me a picture of a Kima Cup in Mexico, we'll give you a $100 gift card to a restaurant of your choice. First person to show me a Kima Cup. You got to hashtag Kima Cup. You got to tag us in the post and post that out there. $100 gift card to a restaurant of your choice if you can find a way to get a Kima Cup to Mexico. Anyhow, again, good morning to you. I have a major, major announcement to make this morning, and I'm going to tease you with that for just a little bit. See, in the back of my mind, I've always thought that I could be a radio talk show host, especially when it comes to something like sports and that kind of thing, because I can talk to this window back here for about 3 hours, because it doesn't talk back, right? I can do that to a microphone as well. I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by that. I was asked one time at my former company, at my former real estate company, to speak at our annual convention. And so I came home and I told Jennifer I'm one of 3 agents they've asked to speak to about 600 agents. And I was really, really proud of that. I was fairly new in the business, a year and a half into it. And they were worried. They brought us in for a meeting, me and the 2 other agents, and they said, I want to give the perspective of a new agent, somebody who's been around for a little bit, and somebody who's a senior agent. And I was the new agent at the time. And they said, just want you to talk for about 10 minutes. If you find a way to stretch it out to 10 minutes, that'd be great. It'd be a 30-minute segment for us, each of you getting 10 minutes. And, most people struggle getting to 10 minutes. So Jennifer and my family went to bed one night. I sat down, I looked at the clock, I jotted out some notes, and I sat down and I started talking. I said, I wonder if I can get to 10 minutes with these talking points that I wanted to share. So I started, at one point, stopped, and I looked up at the clock. It was 47 minutes later. So the idea of talking nonstop for an hour or 4 hours or whatever that window is for a radio talk show host wouldn't be a problem for somebody like me. Now, do people want to hear what I have to say? I don't know so much about that. But that's why we do Coffee Talk. We talk a little bit about what's going on in our lives, talk a little about what's going on in your life, and then we have to give you a little bit of real estate information. But today, we have a really, really major announcement to make, and I'm going to give that to you before we even get to the real estate stuff. So join me again with your cup of coffee. Again, if you need a Kima cup, let me know. And it's hot, otherwise I take a big sip, but that is hot. I literally sprinted in here with a fresh cup of coffee just so I could make it on time. So a couple of things. Hall of Fame football game happened last night. Football is back. A friend of mine posted on Facebook yesterday. He doesn't know how he survived, but thank God he did from the Super Bowl until yesterday, right? And I think many of you, male and females, can feel the same way, probably feel the same way. Training camp is up and running. My Oakland Raiders are going to be on Hard Knocks this year. August 6th, 10 o'clock, who's counting? They'll be on Hard Knocks this year. So an inside look at my Oakland Raiders. To tell you that I'm excited would be an understatement. Pretty pumped up about seeing that. Considering a trip out to Oakland to see a game in the Coliseum one more time before they head to Las Vegas. So anyhow, football's back. Super excited about that. Are you a fantasy football player? Do you play in a fantasy football league either at your office or with your friends? We've got a really cool one, and maybe by next week I'll have the trophy in here to share with you. I've never won the trophy. It's a traveling trophy. It's this big, gaudy gosh awful trophy that most of the wives have complained about when their husbands have won it and brought it home and put it on their mantle. As I understand it, it usually gets hidden away after the first couple of weeks. But we have this really cool 10-person league that we've been running now. I think this is our 11th year. Super excited about that. We're going to have a draft coming up a little bit later this month. So really excited. So if you're in your fantasy football league and you want to talk a little fantasy football with us, give me a call later. Let's do that. I can certainly use the help. This is not the announcement, but this is an announcement. 52 days, count them, 52 days until fall. 52 days until you start seeing nothing but pumpkin spice everything. And I mean, you probably start seeing it in the next couple of days, but full force, 52 days till fall. Super excited. My favorite season. We're going to continue to give you that update. If you want to do the math and you want to get ahead of the game, next week there'll be 45 days until fall. It is Shark Week, right? So my wife has an unstable relationship with a fear of the ocean that she has now passed on to me and our 2 kids. So last night we watched a really bad acting but a really decent movie about a true story in 1982 about 5 people that capsized and 2 survived, and one of them is now still alive today. And they told that story. It was on during Shark Week. We DVR'd it. But man, I'll tell you what. If Shark Week has not had the staying power that it's had, I'm shocked, honestly, because they continue to reinvent themselves, whether it be Sharknado or any of those things. But are you a Shark Week fan? Wait a minute, Jeremy's got a trophy, the the Do Better Award. That's awesome. I like it. But yeah, so Shark Week. It makes me think. Mountains and lakes, no sharks. That's why I love mountains and lakes more than the beach. I'm curious, are you a beach or a mountain person? And when you go to the ocean, are you scared? Do you look in the water? Are you cognizant of sharks? Right? So share with me. Somebody post in here today. Let me know. Are you scared of sharks? And do you think about it every time you step into even ankle-deep water? Listen, there are shark attacks all the way up the coast to New England this year. I can't get over the number of shark attacks that are out there. It has now infiltrated my brain. I have zero desire to get into the ocean. And yes, I blame Jennifer for that, who I believe is logging on at some point this morning. So a couple of things. By the way, I told you it was 52 days until fall, 145 shopping days till Christmas. So that's another really important number that we'll start tracking for you, because that's going to go by really, really quickly. I wanted to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Wake County and to Wake Forest in particular. You know, we're very fortunate to live where we live for a variety of reasons. Economically, it's a great place to raise a family. Opportunity-wise, education-wise, job-wise, weather, all those things are, except, you know, the last month or so, the weather's kind of been. But overall, it is a fantastic, vibrant place to raise a family. That's why so many people flock here. One of the things that I think is undervalued is our park system, right? So I've had the chance over the past week in particular to go out and visit a variety of parks, and I've got another one on my list for this weekend. But just so grateful for the wonderful parks. They have not overlooked our trail system, our park system, just very, very grateful for that. So if you haven't had a chance, you haven't been to Joyner Park, you haven't been to Smith Creek Soccer Center and taken a walk along the trail that brings you underneath Rogers Road, or the Neuse River Greenway, it's another great one at the trail at the head of the Neuse River coming out of Falls Lake. All great options. Now there's many, many more. There's 3 for you to try. I've got a new park I'm going to go see this weekend. I'm going to grab my dog, Ozzy, and we're going to go hit that. But if you haven't hit those places, you know, let me know. Let me know. Megan, sharks don't worry me as much as the rest of the stuff. Body parts that are floating through the ocean. Their body parts are floating through the ocean, Megan, because of the sharks have bit them off. Dana, I'm with you. Ankle deep, but that's about it. Unless I'm in Maine, I'll go up to my knees. I'll go to my knees in Maine. Usually by then I'm so frozen it's time to get out. But it's amazing to me how much sharks have changed the way we see the ocean, and how many people have this fear of sharks. I'm going to let you in on a little secret on Jennifer. Don't tell her. So I told you a few minutes ago how scared she is of sharks. She'll probably kill me for saying this, but she doesn't go into a swimming pool without walking around it one time to see if there's sharks in the swimming pool. Just throwing it out there. Don't tell her I said it. Just telling you. All right, so major announcement time. Are you sitting down? This is big in perspective, right? So I told Megan I was going to make a major announcement. She doesn't even know about this yet. But I'm going to make a major announcement right now. Yesterday started my birth month. My birthday is August 28th, and I love presents. Love them. Don't let anybody ever tell you, oh, don't buy me anything. I don't need anything. Baloney. People love presents. They like the idea of ripping them open. Who cares what's inside? That doesn't matter. People like to open boxes. They like to open up envelopes. I love presents. I'm certainly happy to receive presents. If you have a present and you want to share it, I don't care if it's a re-gift. Guys, it's my birth month. 48 this year. 48 on August 28th. So you have 27 more days to shop for my birthday. And I will take as many presents as you can share. I'd be super excited to receive them. And my birth month. Don't forget to wish me happy birthday all month long. I would love it. And Megan, I hear you. That is an announcement. All right, let's get into what a lot of you come for, and that is the real estate. Some information, some news this week that might be of interest to you. In May, we were averaging about 7,600 active listings in our market. 7,600. I want you to really hear these numbers. Today, for the first time in a long time, we're at 8,100 active listings. Doesn't sound like a big difference. 500 more listings, guys. That's an increase, right? That is a significant increase. When you look at what's under contract, this really emphasizes how our market is changing right now. So we've had 500 more on average right now, houses that are active. But if you look at what's under contract, meaning it has a contract on it, it's either pending or contingent status, right? We were averaging right around 7,900 back in May. Today, we're at about 6,800. Guys, that's the first time we've fallen below 7,000, number one. Number two, that's a 13% decrease on inventory being under contract. There is a slight indication that the market is continuing to shift, maybe even a little faster than it has been over the last 6 months. We've been giving you indications of days on market climbing just a little bit. We've been giving you indications that the months of inventory have risen just a little bit. Again, make no mistake about it. We are firmly planted in a seller's market still overall. And again, real estate's hyperlocal, so that's my disclaimer. But overall, we are in a seller's market still. That being said, as things continue to shift, as things continue to move, be cognizant of that if you're thinking about putting your house on the market. Talk to your agent about pricing and get real serious about a strategy that's going to work for you. As an overpriced house will sit on the market longer. That part's easy to understand. It typically will sell for less than it would have had you priced it right to begin with. Think about that for a second as you get ready to sell your next house. Pricing your house on the market is different than being in the market. So talk to your agent about those kind of things. Somebody mentioned to me from a class they've taken this week, and I thought this was really interesting, that if something is overpriced, let's say you're ready to sell your house and you're coming up with a listing strategy for your house, a pricing strategy that is. If an item is overpriced, if a grill is overpriced, you know that grill is overpriced, that car is overpriced, that car is overpriced, you don't buy it. You don't pay more than what something is worth, right? Guys, it's the same thing about your house. If your house is worth $350, your house is worth $350. If your house is worth $450, it's worth $450. It's not worth $480. It's just not. So be careful about how you price your house. Make sure that you're not only on the market, but you're in the market. Couple of tips. I got a couple of quick makeover tips. All right, I try to give you a tip each week. This week, I got a couple of quick makeover tips. If you're getting ready to sell your home, or you're thinking about selling, or you just want to spruce up your home, and you want to do some really simple things that have dramatic impact on your house, here's a couple of things to think about that we always recommend. Number one, paint your front door. Freshen it up. Wash your front door. You know what I'm talking about. Some of you don't even look at your front door. You might use your side door, garage door, whatever it may be. Spruce up your front door. It might mean putting a new door handle on it, giving it a fresh coat of paint. You might just need power washing it, which brings me to power washing. Power wash your walkway, your driveway, and the walkway leading up to your front porch, right? Power wash your house. Do that once a year. It is just an easy, simple way, and inexpensive, by the way, to freshen things up. And every time you do, you always end up saying, whoa. And every time we list a house, we ask them to power wash the driveway and the walkway and the sidewalk out front, and it separates it from every other house in the neighborhood. Things get so grimy so easily. How about just grabbing a rake? You don't have to go out and buy mulch. You can turn your mulch over, right? Again, simple, inexpensive ways to give your house a quick makeover. Paint your shutters. Good gracious. Shutters come off your house so easily and go back on so easily. Take a weekend, paint your shutters. It's simple, right? Here's a big one. Tend to your deck. I am a big guilty. Our deck is in disrepair, but our deck has gotten to the point now where it just needs to be replaced. If your deck is in good shape, tend to it. Power wash it, give it a fresh coat, right? Just give it a fresh coat of stain or paint or whatever you've got on your deck, but just spend a weekend on that. All these things, many of them are one-day projects, some of them are weekend projects, but these are quick, easy ways to just freshen up your house. Inside, how about painting your cabinets, right? If you've got an older home, or your best friend, throw a magic eraser in a bucket and walk around your house. Magic eraser cleans anything, right? So keep a magic eraser around. Finally, the last tip I have for you, North Carolinians, the people coming here, think they love the outdoors. Of course, they can't be outside from June 1st to, like, I don't know, Halloween because it's 900 degrees outside, but they love the ideas of being outdoors. So build a simple fire pit. Put 2 Adirondack chairs out there. Make it look like you and your husband or your wife are whispering sweet nothings to each other every evening. Go out and enjoy that, but build a simple fire pit. 2 chairs, really quick, simple makeover. Of course, that goes along with your regular maintenance. Keep your grass mowed, right? Sweep your driveway, that kind of thing. Anyhow, that's all I've got for you this week. Hope you're doing well. Again, it's my birth month. I accept presents. Yes, Adam, I do need a new cologne. It's funny you say that. And it's funny because every birthday I get one. At every birthday I get new cologne. I always look for something unique and different, but I can count on one good gift every single year. Hey, I hope you all are doing well. If you want to know what I'm looking for my birthday, call me today. I'd love to talk to you.